Our great cities.
I'm Susan Calman, and I'm on a mission.
That's the glutes. Follow me. I'm in Cambridge, a city of revolutionary ideas that changed the world. I'm in Liverpool, a city brimming with an amazing heritage, but above all, that legendary warm Scouse wit. And I'm in Newcastle, famed for its industry and invention. I'm in Leeds, the cultural capital of Yorkshire, and I'm in Glasgow, my home city. And I like to think I know this place like the back of my hand. There's a sense of ambition and accomplishment everywhere in Liverpool, and my next point of call is a person who took this to a new level. He managed this band. You might have heard of them.
I've got the opportunity to meet someone who knew the Fab Four and their charismatic manager.
Brian Epstein's importance to the Beatles' success cannot be understated. He wasn't just a shrewd businessman, he shaped the way they looked and sounded.
He was, though, as we know now, he was gay. Now, did you or did the Beatles know about his life at that point? Because he really had to keep it hidden because it was illegal.
Yeah, it was illegal. It was never discussed.
No.
The pressure of being in the world spotlight whilst hiding his secret took its toll.
You could tell he was under pressure.
Yeah.
You know.
On the 27th of August 1967, Brian Epstein died of an overdose. He was only 32 years old. Brian Epstein died just a month after homosexuality was decriminalised.
I don't usually talk about these things. I came out when I was 21 in the late 90s, and it was difficult enough then. Never mind in the 1960s when Brian was here in Liverpool. I can actually understand how he felt, pretending to be someone else. And people to this day still can't be their true, authentic selves for whatever reason. But things change, and quite right too.
I'm in Newcastle on a mission to explore its rich history. The next stop on my detective trail takes me back to the 17th century, where finding witches became big business and a notorious con man took centre stage. I'm at St Andrew's Parish Church. It's one of the oldest in the city and has links to a truly horrible history, as author Terry Deary knows all too well.
Terry, it's an absolute privilege to meet you.
Thank you.
This place had a huge amount to do with witch hunting, didn't it?
It went through a phase in about 1649 where the Puritans got into their heads the whole country was infested with witches. So they sent for somebody from a place called Scotland. This fella came down and said, what you do is you get the neighbours to rat on their other fellow citizens. But you've got to remember this witch finder was paid to find witches.
And to make matters worse, this so-called witch finder had a few tricks up his sleeve.
He used something called a bodkin, and if he stuck the spike into you and you didn't bleed, it was the devil's mark. The devil was protecting you. The trouble is, this bodkin was a fake. And as he pushed it, a spring, it retracted like a stage dagger.
It was nothing to do with finding a witch, was it? He was trying to earn the money.
Yes, absolutely.
It's obviously a very dark part of Newcastle's history.
It is. It's pure, horrible history.
Rough. If you've been to Cambridge before, you'll have noticed a curious detail. Cows roaming very close to the heart of the city centre. It's unique to Cambridge and something the locals are fiercely proud of.
I've headed over to Coe Fen, a meadowland in the south of the city, to meet farmer Mark Drew for some answers.
So Mark, they're just staring at me.
Common land like this, where people have the right to make use of natural resources, has been part of city life in England for hundreds of years. Industrialisation pushed cattle out of our city centres around 300 years ago. But here in Cambridge, the prominent business of scholarship applied no such pressure.
Do they ever get into any bother?
Every now and again they manage to get into one of the rivers or the watercourses round here and we end up having to fish them out.
Do you have any pictures?
Yeah, I've got.
Let's have a look.
So that's us lifting one out over there.
That's a cow going Sorry.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, we ended up with the JCB and the fire service to assist it.
I can't explain what it's like to just be standing talking to someone in the middle of a city and a herd of cows comes past.
Yeah,
and everyone just goes,
that's Cambridge.
that's Cambridge.
Yeah.
Leeds is a city built on groundbreaking ideas and technological innovation. This architectural gem is the Corn Exchange, where grain was traded, and today is a retail hub that trades in pretty much everything else.
This is absolutely spectacular. I mean, my eyes immediately drawn to the roof, which is absolutely wonderful. I mean, a feat of engineering and gorgeous. What I really love about it is it's full of hustle and bustle and conversations and life and laughter. I mean, if I lived here, I think this is the kind of place I'd hang out and have a cup of coffee. I love it.
The Corn Exchange was built by the splendidly named Cuthbert Broderick, who also built Leeds City Museum and his crowning jewel, Leeds Town Hall. Currently undergoing major refurbishment, you can still see that unmistakable Victorian eye for detail. The marble, the gilding, it's stunning. Glasgow has long been at the forefront of the entertainment scene, and it's fair to say that audiences here are some of the most unashamedly raucous I've ever performed to.
Glasgow has a hidden gem, the world's oldest surviving music hall, the Glasgow Panopticon.
And producer Grant Kidd is about to whet my appetite with the story of why it's the oldest surviving music hall in the world.
Grant, it's so nice to speak to you. This is the world's oldest surviving music hall.
The rest of the music halls in Glasgow have burnt down. They're all made of wood. And any other music hall that was behind the pub, when gentlemen had to relieve themselves, rather than trying to squeeze out down the stairs and back up, people just went where they stood. So this music hall was too saturated to ignite.
And so if someone drops a cigarette, it doesn't do anything because the place is entirely dampened by Glaswegians. I mean, they were not for the faint-hearted either in the audience or on the stage, were they?
No, I mean, especially in Glasgow, which is also a reputation of leaving no turn unstoned.
I'm so sorry. I've performed in Glasgow and it's absolutely true. No turn is left unstoned, absolutely. They would throw missiles at the stage, wouldn't they?
Yeah, women are throwing sort of fish guts, fish heads, and young boys are throwing horse manure at any act that you didn't like.
Just imagining what it would have been like in those days. Could I have succeeded here at the wonderful Panopticon? Could I have made them laugh? I mean, I don't know. I'd have given it a damn good try, though.